Tired of these like, it's time to level up. It's 2020. Period. People, welcome back to my channel. As the title states, I'm about to teach you how to glow up on a period. We're gonna work on the outside today, but in a few I'm gonna show you how to get the inside looking as well as the outside. Okay, we talking about health videos, we're talking about workout videos, and just inspirational motivation type of videos. So I'm so excited about this new journey, but today I just wanted to get into this look, like show you guys how to, you know, flex on that boy, you know. Pamper yourself, get yourself in better spirits, because I know a breakup can be a little frustrating and can have you down a little bit, but you know, if you don't have nobody to really like get you out of that funk, let it be yourself getting you out of that funk. Don't rely on anybody to lean on and cry on, because at the end of the day, they don't really know your pain. They don't know what you're feeling. You know, you can express it to somebody, but they really wouldn't understand, because it's not them that's going through it, it's you. So my favorite way to really get over a breakup is by doing my hair, doing my makeup, working on the inside. But today we're focusing on the outside. We're beating this face, we're slaying this wig, and we're just, you know, putting on a fit that's fitting like a glove, sis. So your good sis got you. You know, I know Valentines is coming up. Some of us might be in a little funk because Cupid, you know, Cupid came too early. You know, he hit us with a bow that he wasn't supposed to hit us with, and sometimes that happens. It's life. YOLO. You only live once. You're gonna go through it, but you're gonna learn from it and you're gonna get through it. Period, point blank. And this is the first step to getting through it. Get yourself up, okay? Don't be tripping about no. Okay? We need to put ourselves back in our Birkin and get ourselves back into this hustle and bustle. And number one thing, we're stress-free. No matter what, you just have to remember you're stress-free. A heartbreak is a heartbreak, but just know that once that heartbreak wears off, you're stress-free. You're back into your bag, you're back into being independent, doing whatever the you want to do, and you also are just going to put all that energy that you put into another soul all into you. And that's what's so important, okay? Like, remember that you are the gem. Obviously, you know, you need to make sure your hair is popping too, sis. Let's not forget about this. The wig that is on my head right now is actually from GRWM Hair. I will list their information in the description box below. This hair has been my ride or die the past, like, I want to say 2 weeks. It's just been giving me so much life, and I actually have bundles from this company and a wig from this company. So I decided to actually create a wig for myself using their bundles, and I'm so happy that I did it, because you know, usually if I get bundles, I try to do like little ponytail styles, but I have other ideas for ponytail looks coming up in the near future. So they're pretty funky too, and it's like really cool, because you know, it's 2020 and we're gonna, you know, try to spice it up a little bit. So a lot of you have been asking about this wig. This is the wig that was actually in my try-on haul and a lot of my photos on Instagram. So like I said, their information will be listed in the description box below if you're interested. So let's begin the makeup part of this video, because this is a outfit, hair, and makeup team today. I already used my Milk Hydro Grip primer. Look, you need to get you this. This hands down is the best primer you can ever ask for in your life. You know why? Because look, you know how a lot of people be like, what are primers actually doing? I just feel like I'm just putting another moisturizer on my face, or I feel like I'm putting SPF on my face. Do I really need this? Because I put my SPF on, I put my moisturizer on. Why do I need to make sure I put this on? Because you want your makeup to last long, period, point blank. You want to be able to blur out your imperfections. They're blurring primers. They're like primers like this, which I don't really know the consistency of it, but it's a really grippy primer. That's why it's called Hydro Grip, but it's like really hydrating, so that's why it's called Hydro. But look, they have a travel size, $15. Get your hands on this. Even if you're free of blemishes, dark circles, redness, you still need a flawless foundation for the days that you just want to look like a baddie. You know what I'm saying? Look like the queen that you are. So I'm going to use these two. The reason why I don't like using Nars completely by itself, one is because they don't ever have like the true undertone of my skin in their collection, in their color range. So Macao is way too red for me. It works in the summertime when I am a bit redder, but look, I mix it with my Lancome, but my Lancome is a ride or die. I always find that these two work the best. I'm not sponsored by any of these companies, but let me tell you, they're bomb.com. So I'm in the shade Macao and Nars, and I'm in the shade 460 Suede W, and I also have 470 Cool from this line, but I believe I ran out of my cool one. So anyway, these bad boys are going to go on the back of my hand. I'm going to mix them up. I like using just a squirt of the Nars and then majority of the Lancome. So I like just putting it on the back of my hand, and this is just going to help the product warm up on your skin, and it's going to make it a lot more flawless on your face. The best technique for foundation is obviously to cover up the parts of your face that needs the most coverage and then blend that in. But that doesn't mean go ham all over your entire face. You don't need pounds of foundation to get a flawless face. You just need to have the right technique for foundation to get the flawless face. So remember that, because I was the person that just was applying foundation all over my face for no apparent reason, because I didn't need tons of foundation on my forehead or tons of foundation on my chin. And by the time I was finished doing my whole mug, I was like, why do I look so freaking cakey? Like, what is tea? Picked up a lot of makeup from Ulta and Target. Some Born to Glow concealers from Target and Ulta, because they only had beige at Target and they didn't have a tester. But I thought beige was like, oh, like a, you know, caramelly type of color. And girl, I went to freaking Ulta and they had the tester for beige, and that was like the color that I used for the base on my eyelids to create like a really poppin' eye look. And I was like, oh, I cannot put that underneath my eye. I mean, obviously I can because I know how to freak it, but like I want to be able to test this product out just to see how it looks and how nice it is. I don't want to just be playing around with it just because I got the wrong shade. So this is in the shade Caramel. So I'm going to go ahead and just squeeze a little bit out, and I'm going to apply this underneath. You guys know I like a really light under eye, and that's because I have naturally dark under eyes. So when I'm doing my makeup, obviously I want to not look like I have dark under eyes. So I like to go really crazy with the under eyes, but not too crazy that when I take a photo, it's going to look like flashback mirror. So yeah. So usually I go in with, I usually wear the Born This Way concealer because it's like a really beautiful shade and it's like really nice. But because I'm extra, I'm just gonna go ahead and put a little bit down here just to help blend everything in and make it look flawless. You're just kind of like putting it in the areas where I'm gonna blend out, and it's gonna be like some line demarcations just because the color difference from the concealer and the foundation, that's kind of gonna be like the middle shade before it gets like too weird looking. Hopefully that makes sense. But you need to get a beauty blender. I don't care what anybody tells you, get the real beauty blender. You can either get the pink one or the black one. My favorite one is the black one. I actually see a huge difference between the black one and the pink one. Dampened my beauty blender, and you want to make sure it's damp. Please don't play yourself, okay? You didn't apply all of this concealer for no reason, because if it's not all the way damp and it's almost close to wet, you're going to remove some of that concealer that you applied, and it's just going to be a hot mess. So I'm just going to take this and stipple it if you guys are like OG members of this channel, I know y'all be so shocked to see me put on my foundation first, because like I was a true advocate of like putting concealer first, then foundation and all of that jazz, or contour and then concealer and then foundation. But obviously, you know, as long as the final product looks popping, that's all that matters. So, all right, so now that that is snatched, I actually picked up another product, another new product. It's this Makeup Revolution concealer in Fix Deep Dark Ultimate Coverage Concealer. Walking past and I was like, you know what, I'm tired of using my Fenty contour stick, and I'm tired of using the Juvia, and I was tired of using my Juvia Place foundation stick to contour with. So my first love when it came to cream contour was the Anastasia foundation sticks. Girl, what happened? Why would you ever just neglect this? Like, so because this is a because this is a concealer, I'm gonna use it just like I would my concealers. I'm gonna go in with my E27 brush, and I'm just gonna use this to, ooh, yes, perfect. I'm so happy. I can already tell this is gonna be a jam. Oh yes. Oh yes. Yes. The fact that this has some like matteness to it, and I also wanted to explain to you, well, I didn't want to explain to you guys. I should have mentioned that it was a matte situation. Well, it says something about matte on the little advertisement thing, but it doesn't say anything about matte on here. But I know it says it pretty much dries down matte. So I knew that it wasn't like OD matte to the point that I couldn't blend it out, just because of the packaging it came in. I knew it was gonna feel like a cream. So I wasn't deterred. The most thing that I was worried about with this product was if it was going to be way too dark, because that was my thing when I was first getting into cream contours. I really wasn't great at picking the perfect shade for me. I just felt like if I wanted to contour my face, I wanted to snatch my face and transform it, and you don't have to do that. Like, you don't have to like transform it to a whole different universe, you know? The darker you go, it can be really clocky. So I actually picked up this NYX professional makeup brush. That's what I was unraveling. If you was hearing a lot of paper, I was unraveling this. And I'm going to use this to blend upwards and blend this contour into my skin. I was kind of like tired of using my 439 brush because I felt like it was just making my contour way wider, and I didn't have a lot of like precision and direction with that brush because it was just way too big for this step. So I decided to pick up another one. So let's see what happens. So far so good. I feel like I have so much more precision with this one. I'm just gonna go over these baby hairs because I shouldn't have never finessed them already, but I did, so it is what it is. Yeah, I really do like this brush because of how it's angled. Like, look at that, look at that, look at that. I'm just tapping, tapping, tapping. And you guys know this is not a Tatiana West Coast tutorial if I don't add a little bit more concealer, so just know I'll be doing that. All right, so after that, I'm gonna go in with my Laura Mercier. So now that we got the translucent shade on here, I'm gonna take the deep shade, and I'm going to use this on the rest of my face, because I've been doing this lately and I actually like how it looks. I'm gonna use the tip though, blow it, and then just lightly press. I'm not gonna like pack pack like I do the translucent shade, because that's just gonna make me look more red, because this has a more red undertone to it. So I don't want to look like a different color. This shade right here, I'm going to be applying this to my face. And let me tell you, like, at first I didn't really care for using this bronzer every day. I actually loved it, but I felt like I had a different bronzer that would work a little bit better. And then all of a sudden I stopped using this and I was like, what is wrong with my contour, my powder contour, or my bronzer, right? And I'm like, I stopped using the Fenty Cocoa Naughty shade, and I went back to using this and I love it. Like, I can't use anything else, seriously. I just love it, because at first I just felt like it wasn't the perfect shade for me, but it really is, because, you know, I've been using so many other different tones of bronzer and I was like really adamant about sticking to those different tones. But this one acts as like a bronzer blush on me. I don't know if you get what I mean, because I don't really like blush so much. Like, some days I actually like love blush, but others I'm like, no. And I feel like this has a hint of like a really beautiful raisin-y shade from MAC in it when you like kind of like be extra with it. And I like that, because it kind of like makes me feel like I'm using blush when I'm really not. So I'm just gonna go back in with a little bit more of this translucent shade and just take it and put it in this part, because I don't want the bronzer to be really high, but I want it to be high. It's like so funny when you do your makeup. It's just like you go back and forth with different steps, because you know what you're looking for, but others might not understand you and just feel like you're just taking long just because you want to take long. And it's like, no, I know what I'm doing, just wait. Lower in deep and press it down here, because I don't want to use that Fit Me color because it's too light to set this. And then this is just also going to help with the coverage. And that's why I don't go in with so much foundation, because look at all the other steps that I'm doing. I'm really happy about these concealers, guys. Like, really happy. Because I knew it was giving life. There's many times that I've been into Ulta looking for this freaking concealer, and it wasn't in my Ulta at all. And I was like, what is the problem? And then I went in there the other day, and I swear they were like, oh, and I was like, oh my god, here they are. All right, so I'm gonna start off by blending out the edges, because I want the opaqueness in the center still, but I just want the edges to be blended out. This Becca palette has like a really pretty cream shade, and I just need something to set my lids, but I don't want anything to change the actual color for that one. All right, so now I'm gonna grab a more dense blending brush. I like this one that I actually bought from Coastal Scents, and I'm gonna use that on the outer part, right? But then I'm gonna go in with a more like a cocoa shade, not a cocoa shade, but like more like a honey shade. I don't know really how to explain it. So the shade that I kind of was talking about is this one right here, but it's gone, so I can't use it. Obviously, that was like my favorite shade that I actually got from Coastal Scents. But I feel like this shade will help me get what I'm looking for, and I'm just gonna pack it so it can have the most color payoff. And I'm using the same brush because it's just gonna help blend easier and faster. I've been trying to get to recording a damn favorite makeup brushes video, because I feel like makeup brushes are so important and I wouldn't let anybody tell you different, especially a girl that's trying to figure out how to do really beautiful eye looks. Because I'm telling you, when I bought the brushes that I bought, it just made everything so much easier for me. And I feel like it will make it easier for you too. So if you guys want to see that, maybe it's because I really don't know if you guys really care about that. If you guys want to see it, let me know, because I would love to get that done for you. So basically what I'm trying to do is give like off this little cat eye vision with this darker brown shade. And I should go in with a more tinier brush to get that illusion. But I just don't want to like do anything too cat eye-ish, if that makes sense. But I do want to take this up. So now that we made it to this part, I think I'm just gonna go in with a really pretty shimmer shade, because I have a vision for the soft glam look, and I don't want to do it now. So as you've seen, I just kind of like gave myself a wing with just a little bit of powder, and I like it. I'm trying to figure out exactly what I want to do, to be honest with you. So I'm going to use this pencil first, and if I like how everything is looking, I'm going to leave it alone and let the like cream stand out, because I am wearing a cream dress today. And I just might smoke out the bottom just to like help with making it look like I have more going on like the inner part of the eyelid. So I'm going to use the Spice Market palette, and I'm just going to press this towards the bottom lash line, kind of like in the center. I don't want this all over, because I still want to have that like smoky brown going on. So that's what I'm going to do. Now I'm going to pick up the brown shade that I was using and just kind of like combine those two together, and very soft. So I feel like we got it. I didn't want to use the black because I felt black was going to make it too dark, and I don't really like using black unless I'm doing a black smoky eye. So I bought me a new Best Friend Forever 3 pencil from ColourPop. The only thing I really don't care for about this is that it is just this. You can't like roll it up or nothing. It's so small. I try to not put so much pressure on this pencil just because it's already tiny. If I need to go in with anything else, I would use my Downtown Beauty. And the good thing about this situation is I found my pencil sharpener. I'm going to use a little bit of DERRIERE, right? And she's been open in my purse, so she's kind of a little damaged, but it's cool. I'm just going to pat her in the center, right? And the reason for this is I'm going in with a really pasty lip shade, so I need the illusion that the center of my lip is filled in. but not on a super dark color because I don't want it to like disregard my poppin' lip liner. So I've been like really into lip gloss and like shimmery lip glosses, all different type of lip glosses like that are kind of like nude but shimmery or clear and shimmery. I've bought so many the past like month, it makes no sense. One of my favorites is the Fantasia one from ColourPop, but the only thing is it doesn't last for a very long time. This is Flower Crown from Morphe, and I was in the Morphe store the other day in Lenox, and they have like 2 for $15 going on, so if you can get your hands on this, definitely do. But if it's the last one, do not get it, because I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna be mad at you. Period, point blank, boo. I don't care if you all the way in Utah, I'm still gonna be mad. What if I go to Utah and I need it and you took the last one? We can't be friends. So I have this So Juicy one from ColourPop. I told you I'm into lip glosses, guys, so bear with me. I'm gonna use this one because it still has that pink tint and I don't want to lose the color. And I also don't want to use like a dollar lip gloss because the dollar lip glosses can move your whole lip around and you don't have time for that. But you do need to do this with this one because it can. Doing is taking a powder that is semi close to the color down here because I don't want to use anything that's too warm because it's going to defeat the whole purpose of even doing what I did in the first place. So this color just kind of like, it's like maybe one shade darker than what I used, and it's just going to help blend everything in. And mind you, I'm also blending it into my contour or my bronzer, so I don't want anything to be looking too crazy and clockable, you know. All right, so I'm also gonna set the size of my nose and down here too, or up here as well, because I don't want it to look oily. And I'm just gonna press whatever is underneath here in with this flat brush, and this is just a simple old e.l.f. foundation brush. So here's the Inner Glow magic wand. Okay, so this is the Denise Myricks Beauty Illuminating Veil highlighter, and this is a liquid highlighter in the shade Goddess. I picked mine up from Morphe, and then I'm going to tap this in on the high parts of my cheek, and I want it to be damp because I don't want it to stick to any of this powder that I have on my face with this product if you are going to put it on top of powder. I like kind of like making a line with it. I don't try to make it like really wide and big. The lighting in here is kind of crazy, so you might not be able to tell. You might not be able to tell, but this does go pretty nice with what I already have on my face. So I'm going to set my face. I actually picked up a setting spray, a real true deal setting spray. I haven't got this in so long, like so long. And then I'm gonna apply my lashes after I do my hair, because I don't want my hair to get in the way and snatch one of my lashes off. All right, so I'm gonna set up my hair stuff, move all of this makeup out of my way, and we're gonna do hair together. Be right back. So the last thing you need, girl, is a really tight dress. Mine is a little ribbed and it has like these little buttons that like accentuate my body, and it got me poking in the back, and it's all the way down to my calves, so it doesn't look like I'm forcing it, you know, trying to look too sexy, but like, you know, I'm sexy anyway, so it's gonna look sexy, you know, type of vibe. You don't gotta break the bank just to let this nigga know like he made a mistake, you know, or he played with the wrong one, because that's usually what it is. They played with you and now you gotta move on, level up, be that bitch that you know you're capable of being, know your worth. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will list Julia hair information in the description box below. All the makeup products will be listed in the description box below in the order that I use them in. So the last thing you need to tie in this look is a poppin' pair of shades, okay? So I don't know you, we never dated. Sorry, I gotta go, gotta run. I added some more layers in here because I just felt like she needed to be layered everywhere, honey. I have a vision for their wig. I'm really excited to do what I plan on doing to it, so make sure you turn on your post notifications so you are notified when I upload another video. Now, you only live once, don't beat yourself up, and the heartbreak only lasts for literally like 2 weeks, okay? 2 weeks, sometimes only 7 days, especially if he was really a fuck.
Make me feel lucky, lucky. Let me catch your vibe.